It has now been over a week since Fanexpo had ended, and as usual, I will be giving you my Fanexpo haul. What did I buy? What did I get signed? And what Fanexpo brought me themselves for being a VIP member. I am in the process of moving into a new house, so I won't have everything that they gave me on hand, but I will show you what I do have and what I believe are the highlights of this portion. So as always, the poster. Last year was a Batman poster, really nice poster, really vibrant. Really gory, honestly. But now we switched it up with Supergirl, the movie coming out this month. You know, Superman was really big in 2025. And as you can see, Supergirl was the theme for this year. Next, you know, this year they didn't have some paper bags. They didn't have the tote bags that Fanexpo usually gives. So they said, hey, let's get you something else. So I chose this Blacklight, I'm trying to get it in focus. Blacklight Daredevil, Fall from Grace style Funko Pop. I mean, I do have a Blacklight and I was able to test this out. I don't believe I have many, if not any, of the Blacklight Funko Pops, but this is one. They also gave out, obviously, the badge, the VIP badge. It was Batman themed. Came with a lanyard. And they also gave out a shirt. I'm not too big on Fanexpo's design this year for the shirt, but you know, I'm not a part of the creative team. What can I do? I give the shirt away anyway. Speaking of giveaway, within this next one, to end off our Fanexpo giveaway for VIP members, we have this Lord of the Rings figure. I'm not familiar with Lord of the Rings. That's why I will be gifting this. I already set it up, but you know, it's like a little mystery. I think it's a mystery. If not, they show you exactly what you get on the box, but you can see what figures you could potentially get or have in this setup. Come on. Yeah. That concludes this portion. Typically, I do the signatures last just because that's the big experience. But I really do want to save the art this time because that's what's most uplifting in conventions like this. So let's do that for our Funko Pop time. What I got signed, I most likely get Funko Pops signed by voice actors, you know, things of that nature. And this year I was able to get 4. I think I usually get that amount, but it was supposed to be 5. But you know, we'll talk about that when I get into the stories and experiences of when I met these people. So let's get into the first one. For our first pop I was able to get signed was this Fuse Zamasu Funko Pop. It was signed by James Marsters, who is the English voice actor for Zamasu in Dragon Ball Super. Fun fact, he was able to tell me, really nice guy, by the way. He really aged well. And the stories that he was able to give me, you know, just that communication, that time that he was able to give me was nice. He voiced this role for free. He just wanted his way to give back into the Dragon Ball universe and sort of redeem himself. That's what I told him. I'm like, I'm glad you got to redeem yourself in this universe. If you didn't know, he played King Piccolo in Dragon Ball Evolution, which is the live action version of Dragon Ball Z in movie form, which was not a good movie. I'm pretty sure everyone who was on it deeply regrets watching it or being a part of it. Yeah, it's one of the worst movies of all time. I always say it's up there with The Last Airbender. Next, this has gone on my bottom list as like Funko Pop sign stuff, Funko experiences. But yeah, let's talk about it. So my goal is to eventually meet Grant Gustin, who played the CW Flash. I was able to meet Reverse Flash, Tom Cavanaugh. I was able to meet Teddy Sears, who played Zoom in season 2 of The Flash. You know, just getting all the Flash signatures I possibly can, because not only because of Grant Gustin lead up, but The Flash is also my second favorite superhero, right behind Spider-Man. But to the point, I got this Flash Funko Pop signed by Michael Rosenbaum. Michael Rosenbaum not only plays the Flash, but also plays Lex Luthor in Smallville. And the reason this is my bottom one is because two things. One, he only accepted cash or the QR code on that Thursday, on that Friday, or that Saturday, whatever days. So when the first time I'm like, oh man, he only accepts cash, it's terrible. I had to buy that QR code. I stood in line, and as soon as I brought it and turned around, he left. It was time for him to go, 4 p.m. Then the second day came around, and I was finally able to get him QR code, scanned it, but it seemed like he was leaving again, and I don't know, the whole experience seemed kind of rushed. I was trying to tell him about my story about the lead-ups to the Flash, just why the Flash is my favorite character, and watching Flashpoint as a kid illegally was a great memory of mine. I tried to talk a little about Smallville. I could push all that aside, right? I could push all that aside if he didn't sign this in Sharpie. Now, you're probably wondering, like, why does it matter? He signed it, right? You paid for him to sign it. That is true. But when I tell you, nobody in my almost 5 years of going to conventions has ever signed a Funko Pop or anything that I know of in Sharpie, what are we doing? You're supposed to use paint markers. And it's crazy because before the con, I said, I'm gonna bring my own paint marker. And I didn't because I had trust that they all be there. That's just how the game goes. I now have a Funko Pop and Sharpie. Thank you, Michael Rosenbaum. Thank you. Next, we have this Super Saiyan Gohan Funko Pop signed by Colleen Klinkenbeard, if I'm pronouncing the name right. I don't want to mispronounce names. Sorry if I do. She played the voice of Gohan in Dragon Ball Z Kai. Dragon Ball Z Kai was a newer animated, updated animated, revoiced version of the original Dragon Ball Z. That's what I grew up on. We were able to talk a little bit about that and how, like, waiting to stay up for like a TV show or something you wanted to watch is like a dead ritual, a dead tradition. Because with streaming and nowadays, this experience wasn't bad. It was just like more awkward conversation than anything. But it was nice. She signed in a pink pen, like I said. Yeah, that's it. We have, last but not least, the voice of General Iroh from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Should I specify the second voice actor for General Iroh in The Last Airbender? As you can see, he wrote Iroh 2.0. He also designed the box. It gave you a choice if you wanted to put the Fire Nation symbol or a Lotus Paisho John. I chose the Fire Nation. As you can see, I am Fire Nation. But Greg Baldwin, really nice guy. He was, I believe, the first person I went to who just gave me so much conversation and so much just joy. He asked questions. We were able to talk for as long as we needed to. Gave him cheesesteak recommendations, City of Philadelphia, that's only natural. And someone put Five Guys on that list, and I want to find out who you are because I don't remember Five Guys serving cheesesteaks. Our last segment of the video is my favorite because it's art time. As you know, Fanexpo has a lot of different art, whether it's from the voice actors selling their art, whether it's from other people vending, but not me. I go to the artist alley. The artist alley is why I go to Fanexpo, why I have so much prints and cutouts and all these different good styles of art. Let's start out small and work our way up. Let's do 2 stickers. We have two stickers in the small print, okay? Boom. Our first sticker, smiling friend sticker. It's Charlie, a little cutesy. Yeah, I gotta find out what I'm gonna put that on. As always, too, if you know any of the artists, if you see yourself in the video, please tag yourself. I'm very bad at getting business cards or just promotion, because I like to talk to you guys when I purchase stuff. But next, we have Snoopy in the bubble coat. Glitterfied, glimmer. It's really nice. Look at that. It's Snoopy with a bubble coat on and a beanie. That's so me. And I believe to conclude our small portion of the art, we have this Polaroid style print. Can I get it in focus? I mean, it's kind of out of focus, but you can see it. Billy and Mandy with Grimm all together in a photo. I really like this. Like, this gave me an idea. I want to do something like this. I have a bunch of expired Polaroids or just Polaroids I don't want anymore. This would be a good way to reuse them. Let's get into some big art now. Right? We have a Fire Force. Come on, focus. We have a Fire Force print, Shinra. Very nice. The watercolor, red background, still leaving some light with everything's just popping. That's what I like about watercolor. Everything just pops because it's so light but yet so vibrant. If you want to see what other art they had a lot of nice art. You can find it. It's kind of inverted. I can't read, guys. There. I can't read. It's also on the back of the art. That's promotion. Put it on the art. That way it's undeniable. This one I got, it was a special going on. It was like a 3 for something. And they also left the card. 3 for something. And I decided, let's get something for my office. You know, something work appropriate. Something I don't have to worry about, you know, being inappropriate or stupid or whatever. This is her card right here. Here's the business. I brought this one for myself. Boom. Overwatch is a really big thing. With me, it's something I've been playing for years. Something I'm one of the really only good things I'm good at. You know what I'm trying to say. But I got this from Matcha print. Ramatra is just like, it's so cool. Like the stuff he be saying in game and just like his whole character kit. He's a great starter tank for like just testing the waters and seeing what the game is gonna be like. So like anything Overwatch, one is really hard to draw because I've tried doing Overwatch art myself. It's not easy, but it's really hard to find at conventions. You rarely ever see it. Next, you know something Spider-Man was gonna be in here. Look at that. Got a little templates of Spider-Man here, kind of like a chalkish crayon, oil pastel type looking texture. You know I was gonna get Spider-Man, and this was just ideal. It was just ideal. I don't have a card for this, so if you see yourself or recognize who artist is, please tag them, please. Next, we have this Pain from Naruto print, really nice. It's supposed to be raining in this scene, but it's not. Look at that. Pain from Naruto, iconic character, still holds up to this day. Here we got this really like detailed art, this like bug-ish, pencil-ish type like style. It's really nice. I was at another booth and I looked behind me and I seen this, and I was like, damn, he's got to be expensive. And then I went over to his booth and I saw his prices and he wasn't. And we were able to talk about that. I was able to get this and a pen with a really nice like wasp, yellow jacket, hornet. I don't remember the specific bug, but it was along those lines. Next, we have a Howling's Moving Castle print. It's in black and white. Fun fact about me, if you didn't know, Howling's Moving Castle is my favorite Studio Ghibli movie. I'm still in the process of watching all the Studio Ghibli movies, but out of the ones I've seen so far, this one is my favorite. Next is one that really, like I said at the booth, spoke to me. I don't know, it's like, it's so it's so dim, but yet faded at the same time. And as you can see, like, just the setting is taking place in this, like, these cooks in this kitchen or factory kind of beheading a dragon. And I'm like, yo, because at first glance you don't see that. You really have to pay attention and admire the art to really get that image. And this is one that I'm definitely gonna frame. We're getting into really big art. What's really big art, you know, yeah. Next is Joker. Joaquin Phoenix portrayal of Joker in the bathroom. You know, it's one of the main parts of like number one, in the bathroom dancing, looking at his reflection, art reflects he's the Joker. That's one of my favorite portrayals of the Joker. I have this Venom. Yeah, this Venom print. Purple Venom is my favorite. I was able to talk to artists about it. Purple Venom was my favorite. Always, you know, in modern times, everything has to be black, white, or gray. So I'm glad to see that people are still putting Venom art out there with the purple. Ultimate Spider-Man was something I played on my GameCube and my Wii for a really long time. And in that game, you could play as Spider-Man and Venom, and he was purple in that. So, Purple Venom for the win. The Crow. Brandon Lee's portrayal of the Crow. There was a sale going on here, I believe 3 for $10 because I cosplayed, and on that Friday, I did cosplay the Crow. Saturday I cosplayed Jeff Hardy. But the Crow was someone I cosplayed Fridays, and since I did buy 3 for, did I buy 3? I did buy 3. I might as well just show them all in one go. Next I got John Bernthal's portrayal of the Punisher. John Bernthal, ever since watching Punisher, is now one of my favorite actors. Anything John Bernthal, I'm gonna watch it. You know, One Last Kill just came out, his special, which he had a very big hand in playing in. John Bernthal's the Punisher. I was able to put like 2 people into the show as well, just because Daredevil was so popular. When they give you that opposite sides of the coin. And the last I brought from the store is this Jason Voorhees. You know, you got the different variants. Jason Goes to Hell, Jason X. You have regular Jason, I believe Jason, Zombie Jason from like Jason Chapter 7. And our last print to end off our video is this nice Spider-Man print. Oh my God. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I have the card right here. I have the Spider-Man print from this store. Come on, focus. From this store over here. I want to say that's the store. Kind of matches the art, so I was able to double it up with the Spider-Man stuff. I can see the foil making it glimmer, the roses just aesthetically go with the painting itself. Yeah. So that was all my Fanexpo art. I usually go bigger for these conventions, but you know, time is money and time is not something I had in my hands. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you see any of your art, please tag yourself. Go to these events. Be yourself, have fun, cosplay, buy art, support small artists in their endeavor of traveling around. Get a Funko signed, you know, get something signed, meet your childhood heroes. Be yourself and have a nice one, man. Thank you.